Hi everyone, Karen here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing to you this week's forecast and spiritual insights for Monday the 18th of March through to Sunday the 24th of March 2019. There are some amazing energies that are occurring on the planet at the moment. I don't know about you, but I really felt the intensity of the energies last week, and they're still flowing into this week. However, how I'm feeling today compared to last week is so much lighter. And I really felt that there was quite a heaviness that was around. I also felt that my anxieties were really coming up, and I had to put into action and into place, my breath work, getting out in nature, being kind and gentle with myself, allowing myself to shed tears that came up to be shed, which is all part of the healing process. And what I really love is that science has shown that when you cry, your tears actually have the hormone cortisol in it, which is the stress hormone that is created within your body when we have our fight or flight response is activated when we're in extreme stress. And so crying and shedding your tears is actually the body's natural way to release stress. It's a release on all levels. And so I really went with that. I really rolled with that. And if I felt like crying, I cried. This is a huge year for letting go of the old and releasing all that no longer serves us and allowing the new to come in. And so many of us on the planet right now are really asking the big questions. Who am I? What is my purpose? What is this soul stuff? What is my soul? How do I hear my soul? How do I connect to my soul? And how do I awaken? And I really feel that because there are so many more of us on the planet right now who are asking those big questions and really seeking for what difference can I make? What has my life's journey been about? Many of us have had extreme circumstances in our life. Many of us have experienced trauma. Many of us have experienced abuse. And many of us have experienced being empaths and sensitives and coming into this life with some real spiritual gifts and not knowing what to do with them. Or even just feeling that there is this desire within me and this push that I have inside of me that I should be doing something. I have something to share, and not really knowing what that is yet. If you were to look back over your life, you would recognize that you've come into this life already with your gifts. For me, I was such a extreme empath as a child. I was a highly intuitive psychic medium as a child. I saw spirit all the time. I could read people's minds. I had precognitive dreams. And I was just reminded of one the other day. At the age of 15, I had this dream that it was nighttime and I was going to visit my friend. And as I was walking up the pathway, there was a man that was standing at the end of the street. And it wasn't a great dream. It was horrendous, especially for a 15-year-old. And the following night, I went to go to my girlfriend's, and I'm at the end of this street and it's dark. And as I'm looking up the street, there's this man standing there, and all my dream came back to me in such a vividness and this intuitiveness of you cannot go that way. And I actually walked home and begged my mother to drive me around the corner to go to my friends, because at 15 you don't think not to go. This is where I wanted to go and that's where I needed to be. So many of us have, and these are the tools now that I'm using in my life. This is me answering my soul's calling. As a child, the way that my parents' kitchen window was, the poor little sparrows would stun themselves on the window, and I would go and pick them up and I'd hold them in my hand, and I would have this feeling that I could do something to heal this bird, to make this bird well. And I could feel like an energy that was flowing through my body, and not knowing really on a conscious level, on a human level, that I had the ability to heal and was healing. And that's what I was doing. So these are all gifts that I came into this life with, and I was so blessed that I didn't outgrow them. You know, I didn't lose those abilities as I grew into an older teenager and a young adult and into adulthood. They remained with me. And so it's important for you to know that if you're wondering what your soul's calling is, if you're wondering what it is that you're here to do, it will be a natural ability or a natural drawing towards something, or a passion about something in your heart that has been with you your whole life. It's not a surprise. We come into this lifetime with those gifts already within our hearts. Leading into next week is huge. There's huge energy coming in this week. In the southern hemisphere, so in Australia, there is the full moon, the super full moon in Libra occurring on the 21st of March, along with the autumn equinox. That's also occurring on the 21st. So it's a double whammy. So the full moon in Libra is really bringing up that need to feel connection. It's bringing up that sense of needing to have balance in our lives. There's a desire for community connection, for really having a sense of belonging. And it's also bringing up our need, because it's in Venus, the energy of Venus is there also. It's bringing up the need to connect to or re-look at our relationships, what relationships are working for us and what aren't. And also, you know, it's moving into the energy of Chiron, Chiron. I hope I've said it right, which is brings in the essence of the wounded healer, but not in a negative way. It's bringing in the energy for us to assess all that we've experienced in our life, all of the learnings, all of the dramas, all of the pain, all of the events that have occurred, and recognizing that we are not the victim to that. We're not the victim. We're being asked in this energy to recognize that everything that's occurred in our life has occurred for our soul's expansion, for our heart's expansion, and has given us deep, deep learnings. And so through those deep learnings that you have gone through, you know, we go through a situation and at the time we don't really understand why it's happening and what it's all for and what is the purpose. Yet when we look back, because hindsight is a wonderful thing, when we look back though, we can see that, oh, I wouldn't be here if this hadn't have occurred. I wouldn't have met these people if this hadn't occurred. I wouldn't have stepped into my own power if this hadn't have occurred. I wouldn't have made these changes for the better in my life if this hadn't occurred. So you're being asked to review your life and what you've been through as a way of recognizing that it has given you so many gifts. It has given you strengths. It has given you the ability to support and help other people. It has given you the opportunity to share your message and your learnings with others who are struggling at this point in time. Also, I've got notes so I don't forget anything. Also, because we're moving into the autumn equinox, this is a time of harvesting, where in Australia, in the southern hemisphere, we're preparing for winter, whereas in the northern hemisphere, they're celebrating spring coming. And so this is a time for us to go within in the southern hemisphere. It's a time for us to nurture and self-love and self-care. It's also a time to recognize that there are things in our life that come to an end. There are things in our life that there is death, you know, there's death and rebirth. So we're celebrating death and rebirth. And the beautiful change, I love autumn. Autumn or fall is my favorite time of the year. I love the changing colors of the trees, the leaves on the trees, but I also love the magnificent sunsets that we get throughout autumn. We have such beautiful days, but the days are becoming shorter, and it's also falling very close to the end of daylight savings here in Australia. And so this is also a time for us to release all that no longer serves us, not only through the equinox, but also through the full moon. So I have found a beautiful thank you to Forever Conscious, love their work. a beautiful ritual that you can do not only to celebrate the equinox but also on this full moon. And so the supplies that you will need are an assortment of dried herbs, or you can use your favorite herbal tea, a bowl full of water, a candle, choosing the color that's right for you, your favorite crystal. I have 2 new additions which I absolutely love. So I have this beautiful rose quartz point, so much heart healing is happening on the planet at this time, and a beautiful pink tourmaline, which I just adore. So how beautiful are those? So they're my 2 new additions that I have that I wanted to share with you. Very exciting. And of course, when choosing a crystal, allow your intuition to guide you. If you have many crystals and you don't know which one to use, place them out in front of you. Place your hand over your heart and just take a couple of deep breaths and just say the question, who do I need to work with right now? And then perhaps you could run your hand across the line of crystals that you have laid out, or when you open your eyes, you'll be intuitively guided, instantly guided to the right one for you. And you'll need a pen and paper. So here is your ritual. And of course, it'll be in the information in the email for you, or I'll write it out in the description. So light the candle and place the candle next to your bowl of water. Next, take your favorite crystal and just meditate with that crystal. Only sit with that crystal for 5 minutes. So while you're holding it to your heart, and this allows for anything to clear and release that's in your mind, it quietens your mind. It brings you into the present moment. And so just taking 5 deep conscious breaths. So conscious, I mean, when I say that, consciousness means you have an awareness of. Consciousness means that you have a self-awareness. Consciousness means that you are aware of the energy of the universe. And so when I say 5 conscious breaths, that means you're following your breath all the way into your body, and then you're following your breath all the way out of your body. And so holding it there at your heart, taking 5 deep breaths and just allowing the mind to become more at ease, to become more peaceful, to settle really is what you're doing. And so once that you've done that, place your herbs into your water, and then take your, and then using your finger, stirring the water with the herbs in it, and you're stirring it 5 times clockwise. Yes, we are a little bit witchy-woo right now. Don't tell anyone. Or shout it from the rooftops, because this is all, rituals are so ingrained in us, especially as women, because we have lived in the times when we worked with the land, we worked with herbs, we worked with plants, we knew what we needed in order to feel well, to heal ourselves. So 5 times clockwise, and then writing down everything that you're wanting to release. Writing down everything that you need to release that is no longer serving you. And you will know there will be people, places, and situations that make you feel icky inside. They tighten your stomach. You can feel that energetically in your solar plexus when you're thinking about what you want to release. You will know. And then once you've written that down, say each one out loud 3 times that you're wanting to release. And then folding that piece of paper, placing it into the water, and then swirling that clockwise again 3, 7, or 9 times. You will know intuitively which is the right amount of time for you. And then hold your bowl against your heart and saying, I am now releasing all that no longer serves me, and so it is. Then throw that piece of paper away. Then place the herbs into your garden, and then you can release the water either in the sink or in your bathroom or outside in the garden for Mother Earth. And then leave your candle burning for as long as you intuitively feel that you need to leave it burning in order for that ritual to be complete. So much amazing energy that's happening over the next week. And so it is a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time now on the planet to be letting go of everything that no longer serves us. What are we holding on to that for? How is it serving you? What is it that you're actually gaining by holding on to a person, a place, or a situation that's not helping you? Or perhaps it's an old way of thinking. It could be an old pattern. It could be, perhaps your body has been telling you that you need to make changes in the foods that you eat, but yet we still hold on to that craving or that addiction to that particular thing. You will know what it is in your heart. I know that to be true. All right, so for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, love it. Love the way it works. Love the angelic. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, universe, for the messages that we most need in our lives right now. So break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, writing the future. So what does breaking the chain mean? Breaking the chain means, okay, have I observed my relatives or my mother or my father or aunts and uncles or people that I grew up with that behaved in a particular way, and did I at some point, this is a question to ask yourself, have I at some point taken on that belief without doing my own research, without making my own decisions? And how is that belief or that pattern of behavior working out for me right now? How is it working for you? And you may find that it's not really working for you. And so you have at any moment, regardless of your age makes no difference. You can at any time in your life choose to change the patterns of behavior that are not working for you. That is within your control and within your power. And so this is a powerful time, clearly, as all of these energies and astrological events are taking place. It is all for us. Our learning has been accelerated at such a fast pace because many of us now, and you too, or you wouldn't be watching this right now, are ready to make change, are ready to be re-empowered. You are ready to take back your own power and create the life that you're wanting to live for yourself. Council of Light. Interesting. I said to my guides last night, right, guides, and you can do this as well, higher self, soul self, I'm wanting to make an appointment with the Council of Light because I want to know what's happening right now because the energy has been so extreme. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. In the spiritual realms, and I've actually experienced this myself through a past life regression. I actually had a past life regression, and when I left this human body, I actually went in spirit form, or actually in another form, to it's going to sound so crazy, but you know what, we live in crazy times, to like a space station, really. And there I actually went and had a meeting with this beautiful, incredible Council of Light. And so it just reinforces to me that yes, we are here on a mission. Yes, we are here to make change. Yes, we are here at a powerful time on this planet, in the course of humanity, in the course of mankind, in our history. And so what this really brings into your awareness is that you are not doing this journey on your own. You have your soul aspect of yourself that you are still connected to. And I talk about this a lot because it's so damn important for you to understand and know that your soul aspect of yourself is directing you in this life. That does not mean that you no longer have free will. Of course you have free will. And it is up to you at any time when you choose to connect to that aspect of yourself. But there is also a beautiful, I don't want to say table. There is a beautiful group, thank you for the right words, a beautiful group of highly evolved beings who are overseeing, if you like, all, getting this information so that I get it right, all of our soul's plans, all of our soul's decisions, all of our journeys here on planet Earth. And so the Council of Light are beings of light that are there to assist us at any time that we need, but they are also there for us to make contact with. And you can do that through deep meditation. You can just take yourself into meditation and you can say the words, "Thank you, Council of Light, for giving me the information that I need at this time in my life," and so it is. And then you can just visualize, just call them in and just breathe with that and allow it. It'll feel like it's just your imagination. You'll feel like you're making it up, but you're not. Trust me, I've done this many times. And so it just really bring in their guidance and their assistance at this time. So this is really just to let you know, and a reminder that nothing in your life is happening randomly. Nothing in your life is happening to you. You are a co-creator of it. Yes, that can feel wrong when it's a negative situation and it doesn't feel great. But I guess this is just a reminder for you to know that everything is actually happening in perfect divine order. You're not alone. There are your guardian angels that walk with you. There are your guides that walk with you. The beautiful beings also that have agreed to assist you at this time, at the level that you're on in your life's journey right now. And they may change, but there are particular beings that walk with you always, that are with you to remind you that there is a higher purpose, that this is part of your soul's growth, and a reminder for you to look at what are the learnings that I'm receiving from these situations. What are the learnings? What am I gaining from this? What am I learning about myself? Am I perhaps tapping into reserves and strength and courage that I never knew that I had? Am I, for the first time in my life, making the choice that yes, my growth, my well-being, my value is important, and I deserve the right to put those things first? So much change happening for all of us right now, and change is good. I freely and easily move with grace in all change situations, and so it is. Don't know if that came out right, but that's how it came to me. So for Saturday and Sunday, you're being asked to say no. I've not had this card before. This is very interesting. So I'm going to tune in, as obviously as I always do. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. What I'm really getting, the messages that are coming through to me with this card is that it can appear to you as though there are dark clouds looming, and that perhaps you are getting that internal signal, that tightening in your gut, that feeling of perhaps I need to just wait here a moment. And so you're being asked just for now to take in the energies that are occurring through this full moon, through this equinox celebration, through this period of change, and to sit and to reflect and to just hold off on making any big changes right now. So yes, there are natural changes that are occurring, but for you to recognize that it's okay to go, yes, I've made this decision. Yes, I know the decision that I need to be making right now. And I'm going to sit with that, and I'm going to allow all of that change to integrate within my soul, to integrate within my heart, and to integrate within my body. And I'm going to trust that I will be given the signal from your higher self, from your angels, when the time is right to take action. So this is just a period on the weekend. You're being asked to stop on Saturday and Sunday to rejuvenate, to regenerate. And also with that message, it is okay for you to say no. It's okay to say no to things that you don't feel. I was listening to Matt Kahn the other day, and he had this perfect analogy, and I loved it. As light workers and as spiritual beings, we have become people pleasers because we can feel empathically when people aren't feeling right, when they're not feeling happy. And so we want to make them feel happy, so in turn we feel happy internally. And so we have become people pleasers, and we have being spiritual on some level, of being of service really has translated to being a people pleaser because we think that we are being of service. What I loved in his analogy and the way that he described it was, if you are being of service and it is in your soul's calling, it is your soul contract to be of service, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel good. You're going to feel uplifted. You're going to feel great afterwards, and you're going to feel great in saying yes. If, however, you are saying yes to something and it feels uncomfortable in your body, and you feel that tightening and that dread because you know you wanted to say no, but you said yes anyway, and it feels awful, that is being a people pleaser. That is not being of service. So you have the right to say no. When you, and he really explained it in a beautiful way with our free will, you know, you do not have to say yes to everybody. That is not being of service to you or to them. Sometimes people come into your life for them to experience being told no. And you say thank you. If you need to, you say, thanks so much for asking me, but I'm unable to do that for you. But thank you for the opportunity. It's not right for me right now. And I loved the way that that took the pressure off saying no. He really explained it in such a gorgeous way that a soul contract is an opportunity for you and somebody else to actually interact. Now, sometimes that may be to say yes, or it may be to say no. If your intuitive guidance and your first reaction is to say no, then that is the right action for you to take, and allow yourself to be free of the guilt of saying no. This has been one of my hardest lessons in my life, I will not lie to you. But I have learnt that if I say yes and it's to something that I don't want to say yes to, the pain and anguish that it causes me is not worth it. So I will say no with love. Thanks so much for asking me. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But my answer is no right now. I have to listen to my own intuitive guidance. So I hope that that serves you well. There are some big energies, so please be kind and gentle with yourself this whole week. As always, you should be, but especially this whole week. And recognize also and know that if you have struggled last week, it's not just you. There has been a lot happening collectively, and there's a lot happening energetically. And so if you need help, or if you need assistance, or if you've got questions, please just, send me an email, send me a message. Namaste, blessed be. I love you so much. Please be kind and gentle with yourself, because you are worth it, and you do matter, and you are loved. Thank you. Bye.